Good everyone, welcome to Pen Security. So on today's content, we'll be talking about the design and implementation of simple network project. So on the next slide, we'll be designing a network in Cisco Packet Tracer to connect accounts and delivery departments through the following. Each department should contain at least 2 PCs, appropriate number of switches and routers should be in the network. Using the given network, because we're given an IP address 192.168.10.0, all interfaces should be configured with correct IP addresses, subnet mask and gateways. All devices in the network should be connected using appropriate cables and test the communication between devices in both account and delivery department. So Cisco Packet Tracer is a simulation tool used by network engineers whenever they want to build a network. So the IP address they give to us here is a 192.168.10.0, and that's a Class C IP address, which is meant for small organization, like just a small office or small settings of a network. So we'll go for the technologies implemented. So these are the steps we'll take in building the network. So we're creating a simple network using a router and the access layer switch. So let's implement our packet tracer. So these are packet tracer, and let's configure. So for us to start, we'll add 1 PC, 2 PC, and a printer. Then we'll add a switch. We'll have a switch because we need a switch. So this switch will be used. We'll have a switch. Then we'll go to the other department again. Can copy this. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Then we'll insert them here. I just don't want to waste our time. After we've done that, then connecting the network devices with correct cabling, connecting to networks using a router. So we'll go back to our packet tracer. So in our packet tracer, we choose the cabling. So 10.00 configure. Now we successfully connected all the networks. So let's go back to our connecting network devices, correct cabling, we've done that. Connecting to networks, we've done that. Now we're going to subnetting and IP addressing. So before we start the subnetting, we need to remind ourselves that on the question we have 2 departments, which is account and delivery. So I've already corrected it, account and delivery. So that's the 2 departments, which categorically lets us understand that the network will be having 2 subnets. So when solving for subnet, these are the questions that needs to come to your head. First, IP address. What is the IP address I'm working on? The IP address is 192.168.10.0. This is the default IP address that was given to us from the question. We can go back to confirm 192.168.10. This is the default IP address that was given to us, and this IP address is a Class C IP address, which is an IP address used for very small area, like your cyber cafe, your small office. So now the next question that will pop up to our mind is number of subnets. Number of subnets will be equal to 2, because we just need 2 subnets. So we need our formula to solve. So the formula for subnetting is equal to 2 raised to power n is equal to 2. This equal to 2 that we have here right now is the calculation to give us these 2 subnets. Ideally, this is the formula 2 raised to the power number n, which will give us, which is equal to number of subnets. So 2 raised to the power n, which is equal to number of subnets. So in terms of calculation, for us to have 2 raised to the power n is equal to 2, we need to have the formula, we need to have the calculation that will give us 2n is equal to 2. And when you think about it, we will know it's going to be 1, because 2 raised to the power 1 will give us 2. Which means we need 1 more subnet. So we say 2 raised to the power 1 equals to 2. Sorry about that. Equals to 2. So now we know we're looking for just 1 subnet. So let's go to subnet mask. Subnet mask. Subnet mask is a 255.255.255.255. That's a default subnet mask. And in binary, 255 means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 bits. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's count again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we have 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit. All of this together makes this subnet mask. And we'll be working on just 1 subnet. So for us to do that, we start from this end. This end. Let me color it. We'll start from this end. So we'll say to get 1 subnet, we say copy this. I don't want to waste our time. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. We'll have to revert this one. Since we're working on only just 1 subnet, we'll pick only 1, then we'll convert the rest to zeros. It will be 7 zeros. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6. That is 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yeah, that's correct. So now, since we've gotten it, we'll have to convert back to decimal. So for us to convert back, we already know. So because this is our new subnet mask, so now we want to revert back to decimal. For us to revert back to decimal, we already know this is 255.255.255. In order to just save time, we just copy this. Ctrl C. We'll go to our binary converter. We insert it. We convert. You see, it's 128. So we'll copy. Then we already know it's 128, and we'll put it here. 128. So right now, this is our new subnet mask. Now we've gotten our new subnet mask. Now let's derive our new subnet, our first subnet. For us to get our first subnet, let's go to a new page. First subnet. For us to get our first subnet, oh my god, let's go to 20 or to 22. First subnet. For us to get our first subnet, we first of all need to know our subnet mask. What is our subnet mask? We'll go back. This is our subnet mask. We'll grab it and we'll place it here. Then the next thing we need to do is our network ID. Network ID. Our network ID is 192.168. 10.0. That is a network ID. Since we got our network ID, then we need to get the valid range. The valid range will be equal to 192.168.10.1. So 1 is the first usable IP address, and it's always assigned as the router. It's always assigned at the router, which is your first usable IP address. It's always also known as the default gateway. Then this range means the amount of IP that will be available on the network. Then 192.168.10.126. This is the last usable IP address. So the IP address we can use on this old network range for the first subnet is 192.168.10.1 to 192.168.10.126. Now look for the broadcast ID. So broadcast ID will be equal to 192.168.10.127. That is the last usable IP address. We can't use this, so it's known as the last usable IP address. Then we'll go to the second subnet. For the second subnet, it's still the same thing. Let's just copy and paste, Control C, and we'll just do some configuration. So the network ID will be from 1 to 8. 1 to 8. This is a new ID. Then your first usable IP address will be 129.2.254. It's very easy. How do you do it? You calculate it. You sum it up. So for example now, how do we got this new network ID? We sum 192.168.10. This 0 we had 128 to it. So 128 will give us a new mask. So for us to get a third subnet, we just say 128 plus another 128. But we're not going in details. We're just working on two subnets. So for us to get our broadcast, which is the last usable IP address, we already know it's 255. So this is all it takes for us to get our IP addresses. Now, in networking, we have what we call CIDR, which is classless inter-domain routing. So what does it mean? It's more like the way we subnet network way we subnet IPs in a network, and this network has a range. So for us to calculate the range, let's go back to our subnet where we have 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 1. 8 plus 8 16 plus 8 plus 1, it will give us 25. So our CIDR for this IP range for 192.168.10.0 to be /25. When we insert this in our packet tracer, you understand what I mean by this /25. But I just want you to know that the CIDR for this whole subnet is /25. So let's go back to our terminologies. Now we've gotten our subnetting. It's now left for us to assign IP addresses to our packet tracer. Here in our packet tracer, we have our router, we have our two switches. So first and foremost, we configure our router. Go to CLI. So we'll configure the router from CLI. Click on enter. Then configure terminal. Then from the configure terminal, we'll have to turn on the router. GIG 0/0 to 1 no shut. No shutdown will turn on our router. So if you check now, you see the router is turned on. So we'll insert the IP addresses. Before we start, since we have two subnet masks, we have to first of all name the subnet range. So for this accounting, the subnet ID will be 192.168.10.1. This is the IP range. Sorry. .1 coming. I'm sorry. .0. So yeah, this is on this segment. Then on this subnet, it will be it will be 1. Yeah, that's on this segment. And on this segment, it used to be 192.168.10.129. This is on this other segment. We have different subnets here. This is 10.1, this is 29. So let's configure. So I'm coming, let me turn on the preferences so know the always show here, but close. So now know this is G0/0. So come here and say integer interface GIG 0/0 IP address. So the first usable IP address is one that starts with 192.168.10.1. Subnet mask. The subnet mask is this 255.255.255. So this is subnet mask. Sorry, is it subnet mask? Copy. Since it's the same thing, I don't think there should be any problem. So come here. Subnet mask. You paste. You can enter. Then you exit. They come again. int integers. This is gig/01 integer gig 0/1. Then you call IP address 192.168.10.129. Subnet mask, same subnet mask. So you paste and click on enter. Is it? Sorry, is it? Do right. So we saved it now. So we saved it. So let's check. You can see, if you remember from what I told you from the CID arrow, 192.168.10.1/25/25, that is CIDR calculation. So since we've done that, let's go back to our terminology. We are now assigning IP address to the router interfaces. Now we want to go for static IP address allocation to the host devices. So we've done this. Now we're going to this. So let's go back to our packet tracer. So if you should remember, this IP range on this segment goes from 1 to, let's check, from 1 to 126. That's the valid IP we can use. Then for the second subnet, it goes for 129 to 254. So let's go back to packet tracer. Let me close this router. Let's go back to packet tracer here. So this is go to desktop, go to IP configuration, static. Then we'll say 192.168.10.10. Then the default gateway is this 192.168.10.1. that is the default gateway. This default gateway, it communicates with the router because packets loops from every router. So that's where the packet loops from. It loops from the switch to router, then from router distributes it to another switch. So that's how it works. So we've done that. We'll close. We'll go to the next. Go to desktop. We'll say 192.168.10.11.5, which will be 128. 192.168.10.1. So that's it. So let me check if I've made a mistake here, because you see, I made a mistake. Control V, yeah, it's 128. That's a subnet. So we'll close that. We'll come to the printer. We'll go to config, printer, static. So for the printer, the default gateway, remember it's a 192.168.10.1. that is the static IP address. So we don't have any server there, so that's basically just what we'll have there. So we'll close that. We'll come here. Let's check. Yeah, start 25. So we'll come here. Desktop, pinging. So we'll say it's 192.168.10.130. Control V. Then we'll come and say 192.168.10.129. 129 is the default gateway. The default gateway for this delivery department. 129. You remember for the account department it was 10.1. So we'll close. Then we'll go to the next one. Desktop. Ping. We'll say 192.168.10.131. Subnet mask, same subnet mask. 192.168.10.129. Then we'll close. We'll go to our printer. Static. This is working on static IP addressing. So default gateway is 192.168.10.129. So yeah, we're working with IPv4. So we'll close. Now we've successfully assigned IP addresses to all devices. Yeah, we assign IP addresses to all devices. So I'm coming. Yeah. IPv4. So let's configure the IP address for IPv4. So 192.168.10. Let's say 25. Subnet mask. This is subnet mask. So 5.0. Control V. So 192.168.10.138. Control V. So yeah, now we've configured IP addresses on all the devices. So now let's go back to our static IP address done. Then we'll test and verify network communication. So how do we test? We ping. So let's copy this IP address now, and we'll ping. We need to have a 4 handshake. That's how we'll confirm if it's working. So we'll ping and we'll paste. Let's paste it and let's try. We should have a connection. If it doesn't connect, means there's a, oh wow, it worked. So right now you can see there is a connection from the department PC, from the account PC to the delivery PC. You can see there's a connection. So let's try to ping this network. Let's copy this network, copy and ping. Yeah, so we're pinging from delivery to the account PC. So let's ping. Okay, paste. So let's see if it will work. It worked. There's a connection. You can see there's a pinging request and it worked successfully. So now let's try to ping the printer. Let's ping this printer. Let's ping this printer. Copy. Let's ping this printer. For example, now just like we want to print a file from the accounting to the delivery. So let's ping. If we have the connection, let's ping to see if we have a connection. Okay. Oh wow, yes, there's a connection. It's working. So there's a response. So this packet simply means this PC is saying hello to this printer. Hello, are you there? And the printer is replying, oh yes, I'm here. So there's a connection between both. So let's ping this printer. Let's ping this printer. So this printer is in delivery department. Let's ping it to from account department. So let's ping. Let me use this PC. Let me use this PC instead. Close. So ping. Let me use this PC and let's see what will happen if it will work. Wow, it worked. So this is a very simple network design. So in our next content, we'll be going into more complex network design. This is a very easy one. Thanks for watching. I hope you follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and every of our platform to learn more about networking. I will be posting more about networking this summer. Thanks for watching.